can't wait to go in and demand for my refund now. It was a nightmare with the pitch Bible printing. They fucked up the first one, so we then had it to be reprinted today, so we paid like half of what it would normally cost to have it done by 11:15, and now...
It's so fine though, isn't it? When you've got a pitch at 11, something prepared to do.
I think you're excited because you're putting the last in the print job last night.
It's all your doing.
It's all you printing.
Yes, that was indeed the printing.
Yeah, but only you. There's other people other than you who use the printer.
Jack, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
You said he was here. Too stressful.
I know, so don't. It's not worth it.
It's not. Alleviate attention by talking about something completely different. I'm changing the dissertation conference so that it's not such a big formal affair like this with presentations. I'm making a sharing research practice event. Just trying to, so we're going to take the pressure out of that, but we'd also like production students to come and show their film.
I sent you an email yesterday, Julian, and if you could
It's 26th of
also
April, I'll email.
send your pictures from mobile media and your film to the production station, that'd be great for the end of your show.
For the end of your show, in the afternoon there's a dissertation, it's going to be a conference, but now it's, I just want all the third years, just come and talk about their, talk about it. No big presentation, no big do's, have some wine. But just come and do a shared practice thing. We're going to invite the second years, it'll be nice for them to hear about what it felt like doing a dissertation. So we'll take it down a notch, okay?
Thank you.
I'll email it.
Okay, so guys, begin when you're ready. You might want to take a minute to catch your breath, and then whenever you're ready.
Hello, welcome, thank you for coming. Obviously we know how many choices you had this morning of places to be, and we're thrilled that you chose us. So today we're going to be presenting our execution idea. We're very excited to introduce the group if you didn't know us already. I'm Jack, this is lovely out of breath Alex, this is Julian, and this is Taz.
So the brief we worked on was the John Lewis brief. It was literally just to design a product or service to connect John Lewis with the busy city dwellers and put a British favourite back in the heart of modern living.
So John Lewis is seen to be very traditional, very British. It's a family-oriented store with a reputation of being trustworthy and loyal. However, for some young John Lewis may seem too traditional and too pricey, which is why we want to aim to make John Lewis more modern, more exciting, and tailored for younger consumers. So according to Marketing Week, only 39% are under the age of 34. So that's like the younger shoppers are not that into shopping into John Lewis because they're too it's too traditional, it's too they also found that 64% of consumers use both in-store and online channels when they shop in John Lewis, which is why we want to try to aim for 18 to 35-year-olds as within our target market. Because they're more likely to be on the go and desire a shopping experience with no hassle due to their daily lifestyle. So how can we attract more urbanites? As the younger generation tend to always be on the go and would like to shop when convenient, providing a quick and easy shopping experience. This will help them engage more with the brand. According to Marketing Cloud, they explain how the easiest way to appeal to the younger generation is to reach them where they are, which is through their mobile device. John Lewis Retail Report. So through the report, we found that customers are inspired by social media, as there was a rise of 60% in customers visiting the John Lewis site through visual content. That's been shared on social media, which they spend an average of 26 minutes browsing before purchasing. We found that the typical traits was when they need something urgently, it tends to be a speedy decision making, where people will take less than 6 minutes to make an order. This also increased in last minute purchases on the way to work. There was also an increase of 46% of those who want personalised advice and a rise in personal styling by 43%, which means more people would like to have a great shopping experience with the use of recommendations and styling. We also looked into Smart Insight. They found that there was much more of an increase with mobile devices than using a desktop, as smartphones have increased continuously, whereas desktop have kind of maintained a steady pace.
Through this research, we noticed that there's a rise in how much mobile phone usage there is. So we decided to look at the John Lewis app, and the app is it gives basic functions of the John Lewis catalog, shows them what's on, also selling what's there. You can only access it through Wi-Fi and data connections, which allows important for later on for our app. It has a store checker, includes the stock checker, and it allows customers to, innovative ideas that it allows customers to scan products to see other products they may like or information about that product itself. So going further, we looked at competitors. So one competitor was Argos, similar to John Lewis at department store, but at an affordable price. In 2012, they ran the gift list, where you can buy gifts for your friends. So kind of like a gift for Julia, on the gift list, and they can buy it. Their wish list, and then they had through their popular heart function, just 3 hearts, you click how much you like it. Another competitor was Harvey Nichols, similar to John Lewis, at a higher price, offers personal styling for their customers, online recommendations on previous products that you've looked at. You can also set up a profile, so it's more engaging to customers, where they can put a profile picture, what they like, what they don't like. And the next compare was Tesco's. They had the scan and shop feature, where customers can take this machine, scan as they shop. So it's quicker, it's easier. And Selfridges, again, a very similar target market as John Lewis. They offer personal shopping for both men and women. One good feature for them is that on their app, they link the brands to Instagram. So we thought that might be good, because as urbanites are always on their phones.
So whilst looking around after all the research, we come across John Lewis Edition, which is a completely free magazine that they offer to their customers. It holds people like Ellie and Mary Claire, who are ex-writers who customers can read all about, like the latest fashions and stuff. But it's not only just fashions and styling wise. It's about home living and kitchen appliances and those needs to have. Yeah, it's in the majority of stores like Carp and Waitrose. Just something for a quick, easy pick-up to have a quick read.
Okay, so to kind of update you after all of this research and process, roughly where we were as a team kind of responding to this brief, we noticed quite early on that there were kind of 2 key themes coming from exactly what the brief was asking us and the research that we were finding. And it was that John Lewis were looking to reinvent themselves. They were looking to reimagine what they already have and were established as doing, but for a slightly younger audience, which is something, as our research continued, we found people were looking for. And as our research became more in-depth in terms of mobile users, we found that a kind of hunch that we all had was that people were starting to fall out of love with applications, so apps. But in this theme of reimagining something that was perhaps on its way out and giving it a new lease of life, we decided to move down the route of designing a mobile application. As some of these guys mentioned earlier, there was also a kind of innate need for people to have almost a friend while they're shopping. The personal shopper service that some brands are still offering, in the very archaic, you turn up, appointment, they'll take you round and scan your things for you. We wanted to create something that was like a pocket friend, something that you could have on the go, whether you're at work, whether you're commuting to and from work. So then we decided, how could this work? How could we interact with this generated person that we're asking to almost be our friend, to be our gal pal while we're out shopping in John Lewis? So we kind of explored the idea of a Siri-style voice recognition service, something that you could talk to, you could ask it questions, you could ask for product reviews, where your local store is, what items are currently on sale, what goes with what, that kind of idea. And then we kind of explored slightly further as to how we could maybe incorporate some sort of a scan as you shop idea. Because the themes that we were trying to address were to be able to streamline the service, to get these people that are so that are facing so many time constraints into the stores and engaging with John Lewis in a way that they hadn't done previously.
So looking into the voice recognition idea, did some research on Siri. It's a big player in the voice recognition game. Seeing why people liked it and why they don't like it. Find some research. People feel that they're more embarrassed to use Siri to talk on their phone while they're out and about in public spaces. And then other problems with Siri were that people run into error problems, language problems, and wrong answers. So we thought that if we did use a voice recognition software, different accents or different ways of speaking may not be understood. And then going more, we decided to go more looking into the why people use female voices. According to ABC News, the reason why most voice recognition app is female is that it goes back to early childhood, where a mother's voice is more attentive than a father's voice. And going deeper into that, or following that, sorry, in World War II, a lot of women were used as assistants for pilots to navigate them through battle.
So we started looking at why a mobile app in general. So according to VWO's blog, the number of mobile users today is greater than the number of desktop users. Personalisation is critical to making mobile user experience delightful. Mobile users spend 86% of their time on their mobile and only just 40% on mobile websites. So from a business sort of standpoint, this is a great way to get customers back into what the business is all about. So instead of going onto the website, they go onto the app instead. It runs a lot smoother, a lot faster, and it's also got an offline function. And that's what we're trying to look at is the basics in apps, and also that push notifications are more responded to than your basic emails.
So because we didn't think to use the Siri voice recognition, we thought to go more image-based. And looking into that, we found that people engage more with images. There's a level of fun when you're looking at the images. Piles of text seems a bit more information overload for people, so they kind of just get disinterested easily. Yeah.
So we had to have a look at what was image-led based and what people were quite enjoying. So Pinterest, 50% of their audience is 18 to 29, which is pretty much bang in the middle of who we're targeting. It's this idea that the profile uses solely images to bring people in. People click on them and then they get the information that they use with the range of images again. So we thought, as a team, what was the good thing about Pinterest was it was an image-led website and app. And we wanted to reimagine this for our personal shopping app, this idea of where people visualise images much more helpful than they do text. We thought we might as well lead with an image-based campaign with a personal tone, user-friendly, again offers style advice. Again, the image-led is available all the time, and it's something somebody can always relate to when they see an image and it really springs up.
Okay, so as we've looked at the different means of ways we could target people and assist them in their lives, according to the Business Reporter, consumers want a personalised online experience. So the way we kind of interpreted this research is that when we had settled on an idea of an app, we wanted something, as we'd said, that was your friend, something that knew you, something that had information about you in a way that the information on offer back to you was personal and relatable to you. But equally so, something we found, the difference between mobile websites and mobile apps was that mobile websites are one-time use things. They're something that you use and that information goes nowhere, whereas an app, what you can do is you can move seamlessly between devices. It's something that it becomes more about you. You can have alternative product recommendations. You can have something that knows you on a deeper level other than just that direct point of sale aim. So, another idea development as to where we are now. These are kind of the key functions that we were looking at right before we went into production. So we were very adamant on wanting a personal tone, something that was relatable, something that felt like it could almost be your friend. It had to be user-friendly. These people that we're targeting and trying to encourage either in-store or in-brand they don't have a lot of time. They don't have time to be faffing around with things. So it needs to be user-friendly. But also we wanted something that was going to offer some form of creativity. Anyone could go out and create something that just sells. That's what people have been doing for a very long time. So what we wanted was something that inspired you, something that encouraged you to stay within the John Lewis umbrella, but allowed for that creativity. Image-led, as we've said, everybody loves pictures, and something that we spent a fair bit of time working out the kinks to was to make the app available all the time. And like we've said, something that consumers could relate to. So, I would like to introduce to you my very good friend, Natalie. We toyed around with several ideas of what this app/person/persona would be called, some of them more attractive than others. We wanted Natalie to be a young kind of, perhaps she works in an office, perhaps she's works a long hours job, she's interested in fashion, she's interested in a healthy lifestyle, she goes to yoga classes, she's on Hyde Park on a Saturday morning running with her friends. This is a kind of mood board to express how we kind of feel Natalie would be presented. It's very key for us though that equally so, the reason we chose Natalie as a female, that was a decision made out of research, but equally so we found that we can see many men complaining with Natalie and the tone that you'll see as we introduce you to the app.
So we started toying around mainly first with colours. So on the left, we started to get what kind of colour themes we were looking at. So top right would be your normal John Lewis colours. And we thought, what would we go with in the sense of what colours attracted more people? So we went for a wide range of colours, mixing the whites, the blacks and the colours all around. And we laid on 4 main colours that really stood out for us, being the purple, blue, pink and orange. After we sort of sorted out what kind of colours we were going for, we started looking at what kind of text base we'd be using. And sort of going for either like quite a stylish sort of signature look or quite formal and kind of the standard look. You'll see as the app goes on which one we chose. But yeah, again, these were sort of the basics. So we started going with the personal touch, the handwriting effect. And we also went for the orange for now. Again, it's this idea where you could sort of go through everything, it kept the theme all the same, and the text as well. You could choose your categories as you went through to ask for what kind of information that you needed. And all the buttons at the bottom were the categories that we started using, so with your favourites, the images, Natalie, the home button, and then other.
Okay, so Natalie, the app. We've begun designing, we kind of know where we're going with it, and these are our key focuses at this point in the creative process. As we've talked about so much about how we wanted the app to be personable and know you, we designed an extensive onboarding process, almost like if any of you use Apple Music, the way in which you'll ask questions about your preferences, the styles that you enjoy, the celebrities that you like, the styles that you currently go by. All of this generating more and more information, so the suggestions that Natalie...
1 minute. Yeah.
Okay, designs. So as you can see, the screenshots up here are documenting the onboarding process. We're asking you what kind of female, men, kids clothing you're looking for, the styles. We play a game of Style Tinder, if you like, to make more suggestions. So as the app is set up, you can see on the left-hand side, we have your wish list. This comes after you've browsed through the app. The new functions about this is that you can be sensible with your money because you can rate via our heart system how much you like the item to know how keen you are to buy it. You can also add sale notifications. So when your selected products are moved into a sale, you get a ping on your phone that says this item has just been reduced. You're the first to know, you're in the know. This is our browse function. As we said, we've made this available offline based on your already made suggestions, meaning when you're commuting to and from work, you can access this catalogue and continue your browsing. All other functions across the app are still available. Can we go back, please? The chat function here is a message-based chat. You can ask Natalie absolutely anything you can think of, and given her huge database of questions and answers, she'll do her very best to answer you. This is still available offline, but that's based off a slightly smaller frequently asked questions database. This is our Pinterest linked page. This is where we're encouraging you to explore your style, explore the kind of things you want to wear, the seasons that are in, and how we can recommend appropriate products. This is the boring settings page. You are suggested a local store. That means you'll be given first priority over the items that are there should you wish to reserve them. And this is just an example of what those sale alerts look like, so we can keep saving you money and keep you buying. So how are we going to introduce Natalie to the world? We're done. Natalie's launch will first be made online, as we found that the people that we're targeting spend a lot of their time online, specifically across social channels. So users will be encouraged to download the app with the promise of a very individual experience within a specific time frame. So the consumers that we are targeting have downloaded the app. Through this onboarding process, we've got to know you, we've got to know the styles that you like, the clothes you want to wear. And during this launch process, you will be created a spring-summer makeover. We're launching over the summer month. You'll be given a specific look that's generated just for you based on your suggestions, and you'll be offered the ability to purchase this look with a heavy discount. And then we thought, well, you know, Natalie's our friend. Natalie's somebody that we want to know. What would you do with a friend? So we thought, what better way to launch Natalie than to host a fabulous rooftop cocktail garden party where you can wear your fabulous new discounted look just for you that nobody else will have, and have a cocktail, or 6, as I'm about to do. And we kind of explored the idea of how this campaign could be slightly drawn out, and the idea of longevity. We could create Natalie as a community, something that these people are doing together. They're similar, like-minded people, so why not allow them to continue to make friends, have a drink, we all know how popular that is, and carry on shopping. It's directing people back into the app. Thank you.
Thank you.